This is the time, this is the place, and this is FC3 Monkey Business, your one-stop shop for everything geeky. And since anything can be geeky if you love it enough, you never know what you're going to get. This is your host, IMC. This week, we're going to be having a in-depth discussion about one of the subculture phenoms of the past 20 years. 25 years. Good Lord. We're talking about some Power Rangers. We've had six of them to various FC3 events over the past couple of years. And that's as far as my my experience is acknowledged in this particular department.
No,
when it comes
we've had 2 Power Rangers at MiniCon.
Yeah, I'm counting those two.
Ray was trying to say 4, and I'm like, no.
I wasn't at the first FC3. That's why.
I
see.
We had so I've met
Walter
6 of the Rangers, and that's
Karen
so
Ashley.
we've brought in our Power Ranger expert, the Ray, is here today.
Hi.
And so he's going to be.
Here it is.
There it is.
That's where they're shifting all into the Megazords are building.
Yeah.
And they fight the Transformers?
Then they fight the Transformers.
They're fighting a big monster.
And He-Man and She-Ra?
Go,
And
Power
Godzilla's
Rangers.
involved somehow along the line.
And Space
the
Ghost and
Dragon Sword
Dynaboy?
with
And they all go to Jurassic Park.
Nice.
So, yes, we're going to be talking Power Rangers today.
So, yeah, we're going to be chatting about that.
But first,
with me as always, I got to say hi to Billy. Hi, Billy.
Hi.
And I got to say hi to Tanya. Hi, Tanya.
hi, Chris.
And I got to say hi to Ian. Hey, buddy.
Shaq.
No muffins today?
No muffins. And then, of course, we have our Power Ranger expert, Mr. Reyes, here today.
One.
Anyway.
I must say thank you to Aaron, who joined us on our last podcast.
I know, that was great having him on
awesome.
board. Aaron Sawicki with us, producer extraordinaire, Mr.
Yes.
Man. Also, not with us, we want to shout out to our producers, Chris and Sherry.
We miss you guys.
We miss you guys tremendously. We hope all is well. We know that Sherry's mom had a little tumble and got herself hurt, so we're hoping we're sending some good juju to
and
mom.
Positive thoughts down there.
Absolutely, want mom to feel a little bit better. I'm not sure in which order these are going to be aired. If this was going to be aired before the SDC or after.
I'm not sure. So if this is being aired before, you're going to hear Aaron. If this is heard
After, you've already heard Aaron.
Thank you.
It's one of those
Either way.
things. Either way, Aaron was on board, and Sherry and Chris are home because Sherry's mom is a little busticated at the moment and needs some love. So
Lots of love.
Lots of love. So we're going to send some to mom and hope she feels better. So we're going to be jumping into Power Rangers after the break. We're going to jump into the break right about now.
Okay.
And
sponsor.
I don't want to talk about
no.
sponsors today because we don't have any. We want you to sponsor us because we want to grow and do more things. But we'll talk more about that a little bit later. Maybe I'll make that the question of the week. What would you do to sponsor us? Anyway. And when we come back, it's Morphin' time.
So we can do the picture on the Apple Podcast.
Yeah, we'll do it all at the
end.
end.
Oh, this is the one from the movie.
This is cool. I like this. I like that movie, by the way.
It was a good one.
I like the movie. The movie was fun.
I like the
No,
fact
this is
that
the-
you
this is
know
the-
all the different versions of it.
He's amazing.
That would be Ray.
This kid
I don't
is.
know all the different versions of the.
This is the 1995 movie, I believe. That
This-
was reused in the 2007 movie.
Okay.
2017.
I was going to say 2017, right? Yeah.
See, like, I'm a huge fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Uh-huh.
But throughout the TV show history, whether it was Mike or Joel or whoever, I wouldn't be able to go, oh, that was season 5.
Yeah.
That was season 3.
It's kind of like the different
Who
versions
themes.
of Doctor Who.
Yeah. See, I'm that sick
Or
when it comes
Star
to Doctor
Trek.
Who. Yeah, I can
Like,
pick up the themes
which
from
ones.
then,
I'm
seasons
like
and stuff.
going, oh, that was Voyager.
So
Oh,
how
that's this.
old is Power Rangers?
About 25 to 26 years old.
25, 26 years old,
It's
and it
older
was
than me. It's older than me.
Yes.
well. So all of our favorite stuff tends to be older than us. Like
Yeah.
for instance, for me it's Doctor Who. For Billy it's Batman. For Tanya it's Fleetwood Mac, and for Ian it's pretty much everything.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
Mm-hmm.
started August 28th, 1993.
93.
And I was a year later.
All right. Now, it was adapted from a Japanese television series,
Super Sentai.
Super Sentai. Tell me a little bit more about Super Sentai.
Super Sentai was more of the they needed a new superhero show to take on this superhero block that they created, and from there it started with I can never say it, Jakak, Jakq.
Okay.
Jaquack. And it just evolved from there. That one actually was one of the...
Sounds like a French porno. Hey, are you talking about Jacques?
Well, I think that's
What?
it's an abbreviation. It's JAKQ, and it's got periods in between it.
It's for Jack, King, Queen, Ace.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. So it's the royal kind of... Okay.
Yeah, they're based on cards.
Denge Kaitai?
Yeah, no, don't even try it. don't do that. Don't do that.
It was the second installment.
They've
So it was a hit.
Successful.
It was a hit in Japan, so they wanted to take it over to America.
Yeah. The producer for Saban, Hayam Saban is his name, went over to Japan to do a meeting.
Okay.
And saw it playing on TV, and figured, you know what, I can do that. I can take this and I can make a brand new show over here, and we can call it something more creative and bring in a new audience.
Okay.
They tried it back in the late 70s by dubbing the original series.
Yeah.
And didn't.
So Super Sentai's been around for a long time.
Yes.
Because you just mentioned the 1970s.
Yes, Super Sentai has actually been around since, I believe, the late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Just about. And then we didn't get it over here until...
Are they still making it?
Yes.
To this day. So that's like a 50-year-old show.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Their newest season right now is Pato Ranger and Lupin Ranger, which is Lupin.
So Wolf Rangers, I'm assuming?
No.
Thief. It's cops and robbers. So it's two Ranger set teams in one season.
Can anybody see in the studio see my eyes glazing over already? Okay, just checking.
My eyes are glazed over.
Holy
Sorry, I can't see you.
Billy, it's just wow. All right, I'm with you there. So now, I guess a lot of the basic premises then come from a lot of Japanese stuff.
Yes.
And so for me, when I first saw Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in 1993, and I'm like, oh, it's just a live action Voltron knockoff because of the way the Zords would assemble.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of people, a lot of the adults who actually watched the show would say the same thing, but then they found out that it's more than that, because when they adapted this, they didn't expect it to do so well.
Okay.
Because we adapted Zoo Ranger, which is the dinosaurs for us.
Right.
And we kept with the suits. But we kept changing the Zords and the series and the villains and the characters.
You said keeping the suits. Isn't it that like in the action sequences you're actually getting footage from Super Japan? So it's actually different actors, different stuntmen in the Power Ranger suits.
Yep.
But our actors are edited in
later.
Yep. Okay.
The only time you would really see them in suit is when
right in on the mic.
Is when they're in the command center and they have their helmets off. It's really when you really get to see them in suit the most.
Or even outside
of it.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it with them.
Is that still a practice, or recent seasons are people doing more?
They still have to do it because of the stunt laws that they have out there.
Okay.
But they moved it from Los Angeles to New Zealand to pay less.
Oh, I gotcha.
For their stuff. So that's where a lot of controversy with the show also comes in as well.
Okay. Now, you and regular Flower City Comic Con fan Nico Calabrese, you guys are my Power Ranger dudes. All right, so I'm doing a big shout out to Nico. We're doing. I authorized this episode mainly because I want to humor Ray, but I also want to throw a shout out to Nico because he's always had our back from the word go. So you guys are my fans. When I want Power Ranger information, I'm usually going to go to the two of you. And then Tanya, because I know Tanya's actually watched it on and off over the years as well.
Yes, I have.
In your opinion, Ray, what is it about this show that has kept it going for so long and has been popular among so many people? How has it gained that traction? I
think what it was is it's the characters. There's always some form of a character that a child can relate to.
Okay.
With me, I couldn't relate to the first original 5. It was the 5 later. It still had Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy, but it was my character of Adam, Zach, Rocky, and Aisha. And I could relate to Adam a little bit more because being that little kid who, though was hyper and still am, I was also very shy to talk to people and very I could have friends, but I couldn't make many.
Okay,
I was
I see what you're saying.
It was very difficult. So being able to see Adam grow on this show and come out his shell and be able to talk to more people and become the person that he is kind of helped me develop a little bit in my life. So I feel like people can start connecting to those characters.
And so, see, for me, as an older fan of stuff, looking at Power Rangers, I see the different changes from generation to generation, the different modes, the different Zords and stuff like that. And I'm cynical enough, I see marketing. I see them changing things up to get you, the parent, to spend another $20 on this Zord because they need this one instead of this one.
Yeah.
And now you've got this toy that you can market and this toy. And so you're constant. I'm seeing this. I'll admit a certain level of cynicism to it. But for you, and for other fans, I've heard similar kind of what you're looking at is different. The different parade of characters as one team fades, another one comes in. You're able to relate better to the stories because you can always you can find somebody to identify with in either the alumni or the current crew.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like I said, for me, it was Adam, and Adam's the one that replaced Zach.
Okay.
I loved all the originals. Don't get me wrong, they're still my favorite, but it wasn't until Adam really came in I was able to relate to a character on Power Rangers for once, and I was very excited.
And it was you said it was Adam's attitude. Now Adam wasn't the little kid.
No, that was Justin.
That was Justin.
Okay.
Adam is the Black Ranger's replacement.
Gotcha.
After
Walter Jones.
After Walter
Is that,
Jones.
and who played Adam?
Adam was Johnny Young Bush.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm starting to link all these people together. I've met Austin St. John. I've met, help me.
Karen Ashley.
Walter Taylor, Walter Jones. I wanted to call him Walter Taylor.
Emmanuel Jones.
Walter
Taylor's
Jones.
actually his character's last name.
Okay, that's
Zach
how I get him
Taylor.
screwed up. Zach Taylor.
And Catherine Sutherland.
I've met Kathleen Sutherland. I've met also
Sutherland,
Jeff
too.
Perazzo and who was the gentleman who was with Jeff Perazzo at Minicon?
Kevin
Durant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Okay.
Was it Kevin Durant?
No,
Isn't
it's not
No,
Durant.
he's
Durant.
a basketball player.
Kevin Durant's the basketball player. Who?
Kevin Duhaney.
Dehaney. Thank you. Oh, wow.
Sorry, Kevin.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, well.
See, even a fan messes up too.
See, well, that's the thing. You parade the BBC across my path, and I will tell you exactly who played a 2-second part in episode 4 of season 3 of Doctor Who. I can do that. Fraser Hines. But here's the thing for me. I will admit, and I've talked to several people about this, Power Rangers has never been my personal jam, but the more I've actually gotten to meet the actors, the people who've played the parts, and chat with them and get to know them as people, like Jeff and Kevin and Catherine. Catherine especially was amazing, and
Yes,
Austin turned FC3, the second FC3, on its ear, and it was just awesome to watch him in action.
There's actually I think I sent it to you guys on FC3 the website. But he has a couple of YouTube videos out there, and he explains why he opened his store. And he opened
Austin,
and he opened his store because he would sign something for somebody who's really excited to meet him, and then they flip it.
Yeah.
And sell it for more. So now he has a rule. If he's signing it personally to you, because now you can't sell it because it's signed to you.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's yours.
Unless the guy who's buying it has the same name you do.
Yeah, and then what he does is he's very quick on the market when it comes to the toys, and he knows how people are with selling these toys. They kind of take advantage of us fans, and they're like, okay, well, this is this much. Well, I'm going to sell it to you for this much because I know I'm going to get it out of you.
Yeah.
He'll be like, well, I don't like that.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sell it to you for what I think is fair and what you think is fair. So that way we're both happy.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you still love me as who I
So
am.
these have been some sharp folks. These are some very easygoing folks, some very personable folks, and they got some business savvy.
Yes.
That's good stuff.
He's actually been picking up on this market fairly quickly. Fairly quickly.
Now, of all of the Rangers, past, present, and potentially future, is there one or two personalities that stand up above everybody else? Is there like the go-to guy or girl that everybody says, oh, Power Ranger, you need to talk to this person?
Well, when it comes to that and go-to person, it's always JDF.
Jason David Frank?
Yes.
Okay, is he like the William Shatner of the Power Ranger
He's the Mickey
world?
Mouse of the Power Rangers.
Is he? And then he has been in most of the series, hasn't he?
Yes, he's been in the original. He's been in Zeo. He's been in Turbo. He came back in 2004 for their anniversary season in Dino Thunder.
Okay.
He came back in another anniversary season.
He had a cameo at the very end of the 2017 movie with Amy Jo Johnson.
They have a whole comic book series coming out for him soon.
Okay.
They have a timeline where he stays evil.
Where he stays the green
and white, where he becomes Lord Drakon.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Sounds very...
They really utilize him to the fullest. He's one of those characters. On the female role, I would have to say Karen Ashley.
Okay.
Because Karen Ashley plays a very significant role in Power Rangers that a lot of people like to overlook. And that's being that she not only filled the shoes of Trini, but she is our, and I hate to say it, our living Yellow Ranger from the past.
Right.
Because we lost Tui back in 2001.
Yeah, it was a car crash, wasn't it?
Car accident.
Poor thing.
But there is another lady before her and Tui, Aubrey Dubois, who was only in the pilot.
Okay.
She goes to cons with the helmet and everything.
Oh, cool.
Yes, she is the original, but I kind of don't see her that way,
right?
Because she was only in a pilot.
Gotcha.
So, but that to each their own, I guess. A lot of fans appreciate it. I'll stick to Karen.
What's that?
I'll stick to Karen.
You stick to Karen? We love our Karen.
Yes.
So what are some of the other things you want to talk about when it comes to this particular show?
When it comes to this show, the most, it's more of looking at how it's evolved over the years, because like you said before, you get different teams and you get different mechs and you get different storylines and all this.
Different villains
all the time. Sometimes you'll even get a villain's child to come back in an episode, episode or two. Like we've had that already. But with this, you start with Mighty Morphin and you think, oh, this show's fantastic. And like he said before, he only watched the first 3 seasons. He didn't continue. But for me, I was younger. I was so young, so I kept going.
Okay.
Right. And there was 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin. And then there was a half a season or 10 episodes of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
Yep.
So it's where they turn the Power Rangers and many of their friends into children.
Yes.
I seem to recall that. And those were all done by the network was on Fox Kids.
Yes.
So
and the reason for turning them into kids was more so of they wanted to go home and go see their families. So they were like,
because they had already done.
Catherine was talking about that, wasn't she?
They'd done 145 episodes.
Yeah.
Between August of 93 to November of 95 when they were aired. So I mean, because the season was the first season was 60 episodes.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. Seasons now are about 45 or so, give or take. But it seems that they're splitting seasons because I see on Power Rangers Samurai in 2011, and then in February 2012, it's Power Rangers Super Samurai. So they did 23 episodes and then 22 episodes.
Over there.
They've kind of supersized
Well, that's more
it.
because of the network that they're on, Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon has a 2-season
limit?
Contract. And when you bring a show over, it needs to exceed that.
Are they still on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But they signed a contract where they're going to be three seasons over there for a little while. I mean, a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen to the super seasons because of that contract.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
On Nickelodeon, they started Power Rangers Samurai and then Super Samurai, and they had 23 and 22 episodes. Then Power Rangers Megaforce, then Super Megaforce, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, everyone say it with me, Super Ninja Steel, and now they're waiting to announce Power Rangers Beast Morphers. That date isn't set yet because they're in Ninja Steel right now.
Let's do this right. Hang on just a second. Tilt this for me. No. Set in the future, a secret agency combines a newly discovered substance called Morph X with animal DNA to create the Power Rangers Beast Morpher team. The Rangers must fight off an evil sentient computer virus bent on taking over the source of all Ranger power, the Morphin Grid itself.
It's kind of like Transformers Beast Wars.
Yeah.
I'm like, we love that show in regards to the Transformers, but yeah, so I don't know.
They're now they've run out of villains. They're taking over. They're fighting
Trying
an
out
evil
next.
sentient computer virus.
Well, they kind of had that already.
If
with
somebody calls it
RPM.
Skynet, I'm calling bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
Wasn't that Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
loved
it's
I loved
still
him in
on-
Star Trek. Anyway.
It's still on Nickelodeon, but
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be over there for a little bit longer, and then
I don't know. I am so far removed from this right now. I want to say probably one of the last ones I've seen was like RPM
so good.
or
What made it good?
It was more because it had that aspect of relating to the characters, but it had a new aspect, well, old but new, where it was supposed to be the final season
Okay.
because they were gonna do that a couple times with some other series. One being In Space, the other being Lost Galaxy, I think it was.
Okay. So they thought that Power Rangers is done.
right.
Yeah.
We're never going to make another Power Ranger thing after this. So
Exactly.
let's go all out, leave
All
it on the
out.
table.
They did a lot. There was a lot of adult jokes that you can pick up on.
Oh,
that
nice.
You would absolutely love.
Power Rangers, and this is RPM.
Yes.
RPM,
Okay.
and that was from March of 2009 to December of 2009.
Mm-hmm.
They rebooted or rebroadcast in January the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series from January to August, and then they didn't make a new series until Power Ranger Samurai. And that was
because-
February 2011. So there was truly
There's a 2-year
gap.
break
a
there.
2-year gap between new seasons
Gotcha.
because they showed the other
That
one.
series was kind of given the Adam West feel on it, and so like every time they hit a monster, it would literally go pow.
Oh, goody.
You'll get all that, and a lot of us older fans were like, "What did you do to our show?"
Yeah.
And that's when it moved from ABC to Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Saban bought it back.
Gotcha.
Because back towards Wild Force, a little bit.
Disney had it.
Disney had it for a while. They bought it, and then they sold it back to Hayam for less than what he sold it for.
Well, Disney owned ABC.
Yes.
So Power Rangers SPD in 2005 was Jetix, started ABC Family.
Wait a minute. Did you say SBD?
SPD.
SPD.
Okay. I was
Space
gonna say
Patrol Delta.
So it's not Power Rangers Silent but Deadly.
No.
Okay.
No,
Just checking.
no.
Just
so,
checking.
And then it became over to Jetix, Toon Disney. That
Yes.
one I actually remember.
Okay. Now, Ian, Christopher,
Yep, that is me.
I know you're not the Power fan like Reyes over here or like Tanya, but you've watched this show for a while.
I've
haven't you?
watched
a couple of the different series.
5. I've watched a couple, yeah.
And what'd you think of it?
From the ones I watched, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
I watched the top 2 that come to my head are Jungle
Fury.
Jungle Fury.
That's
Say
a good
Jungle
one.
Fever. Make me happy. Say Jungle.
Fe-
Cause she's
Jungle
got
Fe-
jungle fever. I got jungle fever. Sorry.
All right,
Jungle
Ray, don't do that
Fury
ever again. Go ahead, Ian.
I was watching
Ian.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's why.
Okay.
I was my 2 favorites are Jungle Fury
Yeah.
and Dino Thunder.
Okay.
Those are the ones I really attached to. Mm-hmm. And throughout the whole Jungle Fury was great because they just developed, and you could see the development in the characters. They
Okay.
really
Yeah.
tried hard to make. They had different attitudes, which combined into a good team, like Tanya and Chris.
We'd be nowhere without Billy.
What's he angling for?
I don't know, but he's probably looking for some sort of promotion.
Please don't ground me.
Please
And,
don't ground me. Which is an upgrade
Dino
from Please Don't
Rangers.
Kill Me, I suppose.
they just put them together, and it was a great combination.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They stopped doing that formula for a while, where they would
Just the
stop
3.
developing the Rangers as fighters, and the Rangers would just automatically know how to fight. It's like,
Okay.
so a singer who is really good at singing is really badass at kicking it too.
Well, did ya?
I did it.
While singing my performance at Carnegie Hall, I wanted to let you know that I am a 15th degree black belt. Excuse me, 15 degrees don't exist. I don't care. I'm a 15th degree
Wait,
black
15
belt.
degrees of
With
black
the original
belt.
couple series,
6 degrees of black belt.
Well, in
Tanya will
Mighty
fail that game, too.
definitely in Mighty Morphin, I mean, like you had the character of Jason Lee Scott that was a martial artist that you could see him practicing, and Walter
Was a
Jones
keto.
was that, but he was also a dancer, so he was trained as a dancer. So you could see him doing the hip hop and stuff in the juice bar, and that Kimberly was Amy Jo Johnson was a gymnast, and so Kimberly's character was a gymnast. So therefore, she could at least use her gymnastics moves to kick the bad guys and the putties and things like that. But you could really tell, like Billy. He didn't really have any fighting capabilities, and you could.
They would teach him.
Are you talking about me? Yeah.
Yes, you too. But
me too.
the character of Billy did not have that fighting capability, and you could see his like shyness and like the fear and like the
crap.
and he would be dodging and rolling and whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like kind of running up whatever, and then as he spent time with the other teens, they were starting to teach him some things, and then they were starting to build that ability up. So that's why I like originally Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because you could see kind of like the origin story of how they came about, not that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking now, like in regards to the Power Rangers that come down, that all the Power Rangers that come before them, maybe their skills and their knowledge kind of gets passed through the osmosis of whatever
much.
color that they had.
I think it's. I think
That's
it's
my
funny.
story, and I'm sticking with it. That's
Hey,
my
that
theory.
works.
I actually have a
That's
fun
awesome.
fact about David Yost.
Okay.
The reason why they made him wear such huge baggy clothes as in the first couple season and then a little bit of season 2.
Mhm. Was he pregnant?
No, he was so
You
muscular.
beat me to the joke.
I had to sneak one in once in a while.
He actually had.
He was
So he was built.
He was
Yeah.
really built because he was a gymnast.
Okay.
So they're like, well, you're supposed to be this scrawny, nerdy kid.
Yeah.
And so they made him wear these huge baggy clothes
like the overalls and things
yeah.
like that.
To
and-
hide the.
to hide how
buff.
built he really is. And then they were like, you know what? It's season 3. You've learned how to fight. You've learned this. Go ahead, show it all off. And they finally let him get rid of the clothes and wear whatever he wanted. He's actually one of my favorite characters. I think
Well, yeah, 'cause
R.J.
it-
Kyler did really well
I'm
portraying
like, when
him.
you see him in the suit,
Yeah.
you can see he's definitely
You can
different.
see the
than,
definition.
Go back to that one. Yeah. That's almost the.
one is
Okay.
it?
That's the second team.
Whereas if you look here, you can see how big and baggy that shirt is. It's
Right.
definitely bigger on him than it's not. It's
But
not
he's got the chiseled jawline. That's a giveaway for me. I'm sorry.
So
Muy interesante. So where is this show going? Is it going to keep going?
Yeah, it's actually continuing next year
Okay.
with Beast Morphers.
Do they have plans for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years?
They have planned. They have signed a contract with Nickelodeon for the next 3 years.
Okay. And are there future movies?
With the buyout of Hasbro, Hasbro has already came out with a couple discussions talking about where the series is going, and they have mentioned the previous movie that just came out.
Yeah.
They loved the movie. They really did.
That's good.
They liked it, but they feel that there could have been more
Okay.
with that movie. A lot of people do. And
So does that mean that's lending itself to a second movie where they can kind of develop things and do things more?
they
Or?
really didn't go into depth. A lot of people are hoping that they would continue with that series and those characters because now we have developed a liking to the new characters that we have.
Right.
Becky G, Naomi Scott, Louie Lynn. But a lot of people are probably seeing a soft reboot
Okay.
in the works.
Different characters?
different characters because it is owned by a new company now.
Okay.
And with Hasbro has the control over
Okay.
G.I. Joe,
All right.
Transformers.
Well, and
they have
if
the
Hasbro knows
Universal
what
Studios.
it knows what it's doing with marketing.
Yes.
So it's going to want to push toys.
Yep.
And they'll use these vehicles to do it. But let me ask this: I mean, the characters of Jason and Billy and Zach and Trini and Kimberly, those names have been in the legacy from the beginning.
Yep.
They were in the 2017 movie. So why would those names not carry over at the very? I mean, that you assume it's part of the package.
Well, if they soft reboot it, obviously
Yeah.
they're gonna redo the original core 5.
Mm-hmm.
But if they just continue with the first one that happened,
Mm-hmm.
they're just gonna maybe do a little twist here. Hey, they've been doing this
Mm-hmm.
while you guys haven't been seeing it, so they're still heroes. But now you got to kind of bring in Tommy,
Okay.
and there's a lot of
Which they kind of hinted at it a little bit.
they really did, and a lot of people are hoping for a girl this time around.
A girl Tommy?
A girl Tommy.
Tommy Lahren?
Because
She's evil. Anyway.
because of Becky G's character.
Okay.
Of Trini, it kind of sort of hinting of her being the first LGBT ranger.
Okay.
So if you bring in Tommy as a female, we can you got something to play with a little bit right here.
Okay.
So
you can still do the romance between Kimmy and Tommy.
You can do the romance between Kim and Tommy, but
anyway, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a lot of I don't knows. So we'll have to see how. So I mean, obviously, and there's a lot of people saying that there's a lot of people who are saying that they would like to see this continue.
Yes.
Okay, in one way, shape, or form. And there's a lot of people who are like, and yeah, I got a thing to do.
Pretty much is when it comes to Power Rangers, it's more of it, when you mention it, it's I've seen such and such, and I kind of stopped.
Okay.
I've had that same experience. I won't lie. I've seen so many, and then once I got to high school, that kind of high school norm kind of hit me of I'm too old for this. I'm gonna stop watching this. And there was I did that with a couple things, and then towards my 10th, 11th grade year, I'm like, I really do appreciate this stuff.
Okay.
Why did I stop? And
Yeah.
I went back and I caught up on a lot of the seasons, and one of them was RPM. RPM is really the one that kind of reeled me back in with the series. If you really want to get back into it or just want to check it out for the first time, if you don't want to go so far back and watch corniness,
Yeah.
you can still watch some corniness, but a little bit better corniness with RPM.
More high quality corn.
And RPM is the last one that was aired on ABC Kids before it went to Nickelodeon.
And so that fits into the question that was forming in my head when you start talking about that. Is see, there's me, who is a casual observer, not a fan. I enjoy the actors that I have met, but that's not pushing me to suddenly become an aficionado of the work.
Right.
So I'm a casual person. I'm wandering along. And for some strange reason, all of the shows that I've been trying to catch up on, all the books that I've been trying to read, everything, I'm caught up on everything. So I'm looking for a new series to start, Ray. This is obviously a very hypothetical situation.
Yes.
So would I start with RPM? Would I just die, or could I?
I would say start with Space.
Space? Is that the final frontier?
These are the voyages
of the Starship
Enterprise.
Yeah, thank you.
Power Rangers in Space.
Tanya gets me.
Power Rangers
Poor thing.
in Space is the adaptation of Mega Ranger.
Power Rangers in space.
Well, the command center gets destroyed, so
The Turbo Rangers go up to space.
yep.
Okay.
They leave the little kid, thank God.
Justin stays behind.
Okay.
Justin's the Blue Ranger that
He's 4'2" until he morphs, and then all of a sudden he's 6'1".
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's exactly what happens. He's like what?
He was
Like 10?
13, 14.
Oh no, he was young initially. He was not a teenager.
But they had to make him one in the show. I think he was fairly young.
Yeah, but the actor that played Justin,
The actor that played him was like
8 or 9.
Billy, this is where I'm getting that moment from the SNL skit with William Shatner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling this at the moment right here.
So,
So,
Everybody likes something.
yep.
he was a child prodigy.
He was a child prodigy.
Yeah.
All right. So you want me to start with Space, even though it's the Turbo Crew minus the little guy.
Yeah, I say start with Space because again, it was one of those seasons that was supposed to end the season, end the series.
Okay.
yeah, for the former Turbo Rangers,
Yeah.
TJ, Cassie, Carlos, and Ashley, and Alpha 6 are
6? What happened to 5?
Alpha 5 is everybody's favorite, but Alpha 6 is the one that goes yo every 15 seconds.
Great.
yes.
You realize that's actually not convincing me to watch the series, right?
It's just
They're
Alpha. You'll
intent
like it.
on
Okay.
saving Zordon, so there
All
was
right.
an issue with. So then they're with the space shuttle and the megaship. They turn into the powerful Astro Megazord.
Yep.
Not to be confused with Astro from the Jetsons.
Ruh-roh.
or Astro Boy.
So
Or the Asshole Ranger. I don't know.
But
Again,
it
one
was
of the-
all like. But Andros was trying to find a sister
Yes.
during like most of the.
Go ahead and spoil that for me. Does he find her eventually?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
Don't make me watch this. All right, fine.
It was.
I'll watch it.
They were the original 4 Turbos went to go find Zordon because they needed him.
Okay.
So they were on their way to his home planet. He was looking for his sister. They randomly walk onto his spaceship, and he's like,
What are you doing?
"What are you doing?" And starts kicking all their asses.
Who are you guys? Who you guys?
I don't know about you, but I would start fighting too if some random people just walk onto my ship without my permission.
There you go.
And then they open up with new color Rangers. So they have like a Silver Ranger now.
The Chartreuse
It was
Ranger.
It was our first Silver Ranger in
Mauve,
history.
the Mauve Ranger.
Our first,
I'm going to be the purple Ranger.
I want to see a Cerulean Ranger.
actually.
The Fruit Stripe Ranger.
Fruit Stripe
There
Ranger.
we go.
The Jolly Ranger.
Zeo.
They're delicious.
Those are ranchers.
Oh, whoops.
Zeo in space did something new.
Uh-huh.
With Zeo, we had the first Gold Ranger,
Okay,
being Austin St. John.
right.
And then with space, we had our first Silver.
Austin.
Now, was Austin off the show?
Sorry.
Tiny has a thing
We
for
love
Austin.
Just in case you guys want a hint of what's going to happen with
birthday's
the
in
previous, with the later episode.
Was he off the show for a little while and then came back?
He with
Yes.
Austin, Walter, and Tui.
Okay,
There was controversy in the background.
right. Well, they were wanting more money.
They wanted to
It
get
was
paid,
great.
and the show said, "Well, guess what?
We can replace you,
Boo."
and we'll charge people even less.
Even less, and and that's why they're in New Zealand, because they can pay these actors even less.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's always so fun. But he came back to do the Gold Ranger role because a lot of people wanted him to come back.
Was that in Zeo?
That was in Zeo, yes.
Okay.
But
Is Zeo after space?
No,
Zeo is
Zeo-
after Mighty Morphin.
Okay.
Zeo is 2 seasons before Space.
Okay.
It goes Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, Zeo, Turbo, Space.
Next Generation, Discovery,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Enterprise.
Lost
Yeah.
Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue. I think I've watched
The Lost episodes, the animated series. I still have your animated series, by the way, Billy.
Electric 2 Boogaloo.
There is a cult following of Power Rangers.
I wonder if that's the best you can describe as a cult following.
It really
And that's
is.
what's-
It's a
and
cult
that's what
cla-
keeps it going.
It has officially become a cult classic, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
And it's not even over yet.
I think Tyler was a Blue Power Ranger many years ago for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
I have to find.
He was
that.
the 4'2" one that morphs into a 6'1" version. It just
like
took him.
fourth
It
or
just took him
fifth
10
grade,
years to do it
something.
to do the
Yeah, something
morphing.
like that.
So, all right.
He's the Mighty Morphin version of Shazam.
Shazam!
Oh boy.
You must say my name. Well, what's your name, dude?
I just
Yes,
can't
I
get
love
past
that.
some of the cheesiness factor when the Zords are fighting the big monster, and it's like, make my monster grow, and then it goes whatever, and then they have to get all the.
Listen, that has officially become a very bad joke lately.
Wow.
You went.
Don't worry, I was there with him.
I'm not adding anything to that one. Just know, dear fans and listeners, I got my ass kicked just now for just giggling.
Well, I mean, at least the Dark Knight Rises.
Damn.
This is going off the rails fast.
But it is definitely a cheesiness factor, and then
Power Rangers slash.
people start questioning. It's like, how can Tommy summon the Dragon Zord with the?
Oh, he has the
flute?
dagger, which is a
The
flute, which he's blowing into it through a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've
hard.
always wondered that when I was a child, too.
Like now as an adult, you're like, how the hell did that actually happen?
I'm going to be honest with you. I never thought about it until I saw the internet meme wandering around the past couple of weeks. I was like, oh, yeah, that is kind of stupid, isn't it? It's like, wait a minute.
I don't know. It's just, I just think that no one in the school or the juice bar or the village of the town of Angel Grove could not figure out the 5 Power Rangers because they were in the same freaking color clothes that they were in
They
their
would be there
outfits
1 minute and then disappear
gone,
the next
that
minute.
they could not figure that out.
And
for
then
the life of
randomly
me.
the Power Rangers are here.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Can we just talk about the juice bar for a second?
It's kind of like Superman and Clark Kent.
What juice bar?
No, that's where the teen hangout was called the
It's
juice bar.
Ernie's Juice Bar. But Ernie's Juice Bar was more than just Ernie's Juice Bar. It was Ernie's Karate's Dojo, Ernie's Hangout, Ernie's Arcade, Ernie's Juice Bar. It was so many
It was
things.
the
Ernie's Romper
It was
Room.
kind of like the YMCA for Angel Grove.
Yes.
Because they had like the juice bar up on the top, but then they used the lower part for
Everything else.
that you would use in a community center for like young kids.
They could have called it that then.
I have a feeling Ernie had some ulterior motives.
God rest his soul. The character that played Ernie has passed away.
The actor passed away.
We lost a couple people already. We've lost some like main characters like Ernie and stuff. But we've already lost, I believe, 2 Rangers.
Oh wow.
We've lost Tui.
Yeah, well I know a Tui, but who else?
We lost her name was Rudda, I believe it was. She was in Mystic Force.
Okay.
She was the White Ranger, but also the mentor. She passed away due to brain cancer.
Oh, the poor thing.
So
that's awful.
We lost her a while ago.
Well, I was going to make a really nasty comment about Ernie, but I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to.
Yeah.
Also,
I was heading in that direction. Then Ernie passed away. Oh, I'm not going to throw it. Okay.
And
I cut you
there.
guys off right there. Yeah, I knew that was happening.
What really gets the show is that a lot of people always say, "Oh, it's a boys' show." No, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's more than that because I know a lot of girls that love this show more than I do, and they like there's so many aspects of why you can love this show.
I saw the girls lining up to get Austin's signature.
I was lining up to get Catherine.
Oh, we had a zone that you could not step into unless you had authorization because
Yes,
you were trying to commandeer Catherine's time. Not allowed to sit with the Rangers anymore, Ray.
The show is there's many reasons why you can love this show. You got the mechs, you got the characters themselves, you got the action. Actually, this show almost got canceled around season 3 because parents were writing the studio saying it was too violent. You have parents complaining about monsters being too scary because I don't know because when Lord Zed came in because he has no skin. I'm like, I'm more scared of Goldar than I am Zed, and he doesn't have skin.
Goldar's just weird. So
my queen. That's how he talked.
I know. Yeah, it was like Sid and Marty Krofft went wrong.
Well, so I think Power Rangers played on the kind of the fact of like the Japanese truly cheesy Godzilla dubbed type movies where you have this big monster attacking the city and you call another monster in to fight it back type thing. And
as a tribute to that, you couldn't see this at home, but as a tribute to that, Tanya's mouth is actually out of sync with her voice right now. She stopped moving her lips about 5 seconds ago.
You're an ass.
I think
with
anybody who
this
really
is news.
I think with anyone who really wants to get into Power Rangers, honestly, you can watch Power Rangers. Go for it.
Okay.
It's good no matter what, no matter who you are,
but,
no matter
in
what
your
season.
opinion.
In my opinion,
but
watch Super Sentai.
Okay.
Super Sentai has more of the darker themes to it. They're a little more adult with it. Though a children's show, they curse like hell on that show.
Interesting. Is it dubbed so you can hear it in English, or is it okay?
No, it's not dubbed. It's subbed. So you got to read it.
Subtitled. Okay.
I hate that.
You get used to it after a while.
But there are a lot of adult themes with the Sentai.
Subtitles.
Isn't it? I think I was reading something like this a few months before the most recent FC3 that there is a reunion of 3 girls who were previous Rangers. They're going to have their own version now.
I saw that.
And the gimmick is that all 3 characters had gone. They left their time from being Rangers. They went off to start families, so they're all mothers.
And now they're coming back.
This sounds like the reboot of Full House.
You seriously?
I saw it. It was actually pretty good.
Okay.
It was like a little short.
But was that a Super Sentai or was that?
It was Sentai.
Okay.
It was more of the movie a movie kind of thing. They do movies like crazy.
So they came back to be Sentai again
to save the world.
Wow, Super Sentai saving the world. That's a great place to take a break. So when we come back, we will be following up with some information.
Our question of the week.
Podcast information, and Everyday Heroes. So come back to us after the break.
Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth tiger, Tyrannosaurus. Go, go, Power Rangers. Ba, 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 ba. Go, go, Power Rangers. Ba, 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 ba. Go, go, Power Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Go Power Rangers.
That's when you know you're a fan. You form an a cappella group.
I was so surprised to see the Lawrence Welk Band doing that. That was amazing.
I have a headache.
Or was that Anthrax? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Here's Dave Mustaine. Okay, here we go. So that was fun. I did learn. Every time I absorb a little bit more from the Power Rangers thing. I don't know if it's enough to make me a fan, but it's more interesting to me. At least I understand a little bit.
Here's
better.
my
It's a cult
because
following.
I've come across episodes. I never stopped to watch it, but I would occasionally. It'd be on Fox, right? Did Fox
be on
have
Fox.
in the afternoon?
Yep, Fox
So
Kids.
did it used to be on before the Spider-Man cartoon or after? That's why, because I'd turn it on, I'd wait for Spider-Man, and I would get sucked in
So would I.
to watching the kids fight. But I didn't know their names or anything. But
The Fox
That's kinda
Kids block
cute.
was amazing.
I used to love the Spider-Man cartoon, so I'd wind up watching some Power Rangers occasionally.
We had Power
beforehand.
Rangers, we had Spider-Man, we had X-Men, we had the Tick.
Oh, the Tick! The Tick was awesome.
We had so many good shows during that block.
So we're going to do some business, and then we'll wrap up for the week. For starters, we'll do sponsor shout-outs. We don't, at the moment, have a sponsor, but if you're willing to entertain the idea and you want to sponsor us, we would love to have a conversation with you. You can reach out to us at sponsorships@fc3roc.org, or you can contact me or Tanya directly and can replace the word sponsorships with the name Chris or Tanya, and we'd be happy to chat with you.
Absolutely.
And what is Patreon? Patreon is a membership platform that makes it easier for you to support Monkey Business and the Flower City Comic Con. Please check us out at www.patreon.com/FC3ROC. All membership levels will include access to the Patreon-only blog, plus tons of great perks at all levels, including early podcast, Twitch, and Flower City Comic Con information. And so we'll be doing that. And as you subscribe to Patreon, we'll give you a shout-out and a little bit of love.
Woohoo!
Apple Podcast, if you want to help others find the show, leave a review on Apple Podcast. This is the single easiest way to support the show and encourage others to listen. Every review will be thanked on the air, and any questions will be answered. Always want this to be a conversation, so please send us your questions. In addition to Apple Podcasts, you can also find us Google Play, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Stitcher. Is there a place where you find your podcast but cannot find FC3 Monkey Business? Let us know, and we will put Sherry and Chris on the job and get you all sorted out there. And please follow us on Twitter at FC3MB Podcast. And if you do, say hi, because we love it when you say hi. We will say hi back and try to be, like I said, get a conversation going.
And our podcasts are on our Facebook pages, right?
Yes, they are.
Are they on both Facebook pages, or are they just on the FC3 page?
Yes.
So we have our FC3 Facebook page, and we also have our Mighty Monkey Corporation Facebook page, which is the parent company
for the FC3.
For Flower City
The
Comic-Con.
bulk of our contact goes through the FC3 page.
Right. But don't forget that we'll be posting some stuff on our Mighty Monkey Corporation page also. So make sure that our listeners like that page too, because sometimes we won't put the information out on FC3s. Because if it's not an FC3 event,
I think over the next year and a half, you're going to see Mighty Monkey doing a bit more.
Right.
It's going to be more out in the open. It's going to be
hence, like our page.
Yes.
So there's going to be more monkey business.
It's going to be more monkey business.
Yes.
We're going to be doing more with Twitch. We're going to be doing more with the podcasting. We're going to be doing more with the mini cons and stuff like that. So FC3 is always going to be our flagship product, but I think you're going to start seeing more.
We have had 8 new likes for Mighty Monkey Corporation in the last 30 seconds.
Really?
Yes.
That's phenomenal. I love it. Keep doing it. Keep
Hence,
liking us.
Tell all your friends to like Mighty Monkey Corporation's page.
Yes. The Adventures of Simi,
Tell your kids, tell your wives.
the Mighty Monkey.
Yes.
All right,
So,
gang.
Everyday heroes.
Do we have an everyday hero?
Nope, but not all heroes wear capes. Who
This
is
is
your
true.
hero? Billy's my hero because I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that he does for us.
I can barely do it.
Is it still recording?
Yes, it is.
Then we're good.
Do you know a fireman, a police officer, nurse, EMT, military personnel, teacher, or librarian who is your personal hero? If so, please let us know all about that person and we'll give them a shout out on the air. Please send your nominations to fc3monkeybusiness@gmail.com. You know what? I actually do have a hero. My dad's my hero.
Yay!
My dad.
He's a judge.
He's a judge. He was an EMT way back when I was a young
Wee little.
Yes, for many years, and he's actually delivered a baby in the back of an ambulance headed to the hospital. He's from Lima, and he's just an amazing person that's helped shape me to where I am today. And without him and my mom, I don't know where I would be right now in regards to it. And so thank you to my dad. He is a golfer. He is a town justice.
What's his first name?
His
Harry.
first name is Harold. It's Harold Harris.
Okay.
So shout out to my dad.
Big shout out to the judge. You
Yes.
come to judge.
And so
And she's getting all emotional
I know,
over there.
that's
It's
my
so
daddy.
cute. She's got the big old grin going.
plus he also helped build a basketball hoop last week. So
Nice.
he's definitely my hero because
Handyman.
it took us
Handy Harry.
4 people to build that thing.
Hey, there's a podcast idea.
Handy
Harry.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Probably not going to happen.
No, come on. We can talk him into it.
Maybe if he's going to talk golf or something.
Well, he can be anything.
Well, he went bowling with us yesterday, and he's like one of those all-around natural athletes. Makes me sick.
Wasn't he a baseball player at one point?
Yes, he had a chance to try out for the Yankees.
He did.
Yes.
It didn't work out.
He didn't go.
He didn't go.
He said either he could try for that or he could go to school, and he became a barber. So he had a trade to fall back on.
Gotcha.
So,
Smart move.
He knew that he would have a short career playing baseball or something that he could go.
One of these
on and
days,
on
I want to
and
pick his brain on how do you go from being a barber to a judge.
To an EMT.
on. He worked at Kodak for years.
Okay.
Oh, my uncle did too. And my
So
mom.
yeah,
Most of Rochester, New York worked for Kodak at one point or another a few generations ago. Yeah.
Master of few.
Master of a few of them.
Yes.
All right. So a big shout out to Harry.
Do we
He's
have
our
a
hero.
question of the week?
Do we have a question of the week?
Really? Anything?
What's making you happy? We'll use our
That's
fallback.
our fallback one. What's making you happy?
What's making you happy this week?
Ray, what's making you happy
I know
this
what's
week?
making me happy.
My show.
Your show? Ray has begun a podcast of his own, so he's not going to be on with us as much anymore unless we have a Power Ranger question. And it's called what?
The Legacy.
The Legacy. And for now, where can you find it?
You can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
Or you can follow us on Facebook, and we post it over there. It's The Legacy Podcast on Facebook,
Okay.
and it is also The Legacy Podcast over on YouTube. And it is me, my friend Josh, and my friend Jamie.
Okay.
Jamie is my version of Tanya.
Okay.
She
So are you the
just-
main host? Are you me?
I am you.
Okay. So and then Jamie is Tanya,
Jamie's Tanya.
and then Josh is Billy.
Billy.
Okay.
Okay.
He could be Ian. You never know.
Is the thing of it actually started off to be a Power Ranger podcast, but doing that, what we did here every day,
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna get old quick.
really quick. So
You're gonna go through more episodes than there are actually Power Rangers.
yes,
Yeah.
So we switched it over to
It's just general geekiness.
general geekiness. We have we talk about different topics. We talk.
Did you talk Felicia Day the other day?
Yes.
I'm looking
I
at
think
your.
that's the one I picked up on.
I was hopped over to your Facebook page and liked it, and I'm like, I see the picture of Felicia Day, and it says "My Guilty Pleasures."
Yes, we talked about guilty
Felicia
pleasures.
Day is the
Billy's
crown
got lots
goddess
of
of all
guilty
geeks, man.
pleasures.
She's awesome.
I got many.
Our recent episode that just our episodes air every Friday
Okay.
at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
And our recent episode is the Disney episode, and we let Jamie take the reins on that one. And she
Nice.
just does her thing.
Now, are they archived too, so you can catch previous episode? Okay,
you can
good
go
stuff.
ahead. We have a playlist over on our YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
and then if you just go right onto our Facebook page, you can literally see all the different posts.
Good stuff, mate. Congratulations, Ian.
you.
What's making you happy this week? Here comes the sarcastic answer, but I want to know something genuine though.
I have 2.
You have 2.
I do have 2.
Tell me the first one.
First one is Warcraft is having its new
New expansions coming out.
Expansions coming out.
Yeah.
And in order for that, and when that happens,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be getting hopefully the old expansions because I don't have all of them.
That's what, one of the new subscription services that Blizzard talked about is that if you have a subscription, you're going to get all the old material. You'd still have to buy the new expansion.
Azura.
Battle for Azeroth. But Battle for Azeroth. Say it with English.
Battle for
Yeah, okay, go back to
Now I know how Chris and Billy felt when I was talking Power Rangers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm waiting for that Demon Hunter because I want to try one out.
Right.
And the second thing is my old good friend, his name is East.
That's his screen name, right?
Yeah, that's his screen name.
Yeah, East is west of us, I believe.
Are you okay over there, Ray?
So anyway.
He's just been on point.
En fuego. But yeah, you and East have been hanging out online again.
Good server in Minecraft, and we were just hanging out and playing a lot.
So that's been good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Billy.
Of his friends too.
Billy.
If Ian has 2, I also have 2.
Nice.
I found an app I like.
Okay.
Podcast Addict.
Podcast
And I'm sure
Addict.
everybody with a phone has their own podcast sort of app where they get all their podcasts together, or maybe not. Until this week, I would go to the various websites, whether it was the Mighty Monkey or Flower City Comic-Con website, to download that one. Then I go over to Smodcast, and I get the ones from there I wanted.
Okay.
Then I go to WTF to get my... I go to all the various websites.
So podcast brings that all together.
There's one website where you can search for all the podcasts. You click on it, you subscribe to them, and when a new episode comes out... It
dings you, lets you know.
It just puts it right in there in
very
your
cool.
thing. So
Nice.
Podcast Addict I enjoy.
That is
and
awesome.
right now I'm reading a book I'm really enjoying called Springfield Confidential.
Okay.
By Mike Reyes, or Rice, Reiss.
Is it about
And
The Simpsons?
It's about The Simpsons. He's been a longtime writer for The Simpsons.
Just joking.
No.
I didn't realize. That's awesome.
He's one of the original writers for The Simpsons. Been working for him for the 30-something years he's been on the air. And it's Springfield Confidential: Jokes, Secrets, and outright lies from a lifetime rating for The Simpsons.
That's amazing. And it really is a lifetime.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a really fun book. And
That
I'm
is
enjoying
fantastic. Tanya, what's making you happy lately?
My pool's back in.
Yay! That was an odyssey in and of itself.
No kidding.
I'm telling you.
I'm still working with the insurance agents, though, to get
The only problem is
reimbursed
they accidentally put it in Chris's new house.
Yeah. And since I still haven't closed yet, I don't even have access to it.
No kidding.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, so that was making
Good
me
stuff.
happy.
How about you, Chris?
Absolutely nothing at the moment. It's making me happy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
His house.
Yeah, I wish.
No, that's not making him happy right now.
It's offering more stress than possible. You know what? I got all teenage angsty the other day, and I just vented to Facebook. I made a simple post saying, it's hard to see all of the good stuff that's going on through the bad, and because I've just been just getting hammered at work, getting hammered because of the house, getting just tired of stuff in general, a lot of stress going on. But I made that post just vent. The outpouring that it was
all the love that came out.
Everything that came back was just amazing. I didn't do it to say, here, pay attention to me. Oh, what was me? It was just vent. And to have the response come back and people coming out of the woodwork and sending me private messages and text messages saying, hey, we got your back. Hey, come on out for a drink. Hey, come on and let's hang out. Or hey, I'm here to, if you need somebody to talk to. That was really cool. And so a big thank you to all of my friends and family who had reached out in the past couple of days. I really do appreciate that. That was cool. That did make me happy. And there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And for a change, that light is not an oncoming train. So there will be a resolution to things, and I'm looking forward
to
the little fireflies that got
blinking.
swallowed by a tree frog. Did you see that video?
I did see that video.
Did you see that video? So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm looking forward to when it shows up, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with everybody when it happens. So there you go. Those are the things making me happy right now.
Okay.
And this has been Monkey Business, a product of the Mighty Monkey Corporation, purveyors and producers of the Flower City Comic-Con, coming at you in 3D somewhere along the line in 2019. Anyway, like us on Facebook, love us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Patreon. Just follow us anywhere, and we'll show you where the entertainment is, as I think I'm starting to say.
You are the entertainment.
Am I the entertainment? I think sometimes. Anyway, we love you. We'll see you next week. Dum, dum.